I'm Mir.
I'm Sophie.
Guys, we are back. We took a little break, but we are back, guys. And I know y'all been asking for House of Dragons, but we've been going through a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah,
but
I was on vacation, guys.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of things going on, but we are back for y'all, reacting to House of Dragons like we promised, okay? And we appreciate everybody that's been sticking through with us and, you know, through Game of Thrones and through this little break in the season finale that's not going to be spoken about anymore. But yeah, we appreciate everybody, and hopefully House of Dragons is a new beginning for us with these new writers and stuff like that. So we appreciate all the support. Smash that like button like y'all usually do, and subscribe to join us on our journey.
And listen, I'm really thrilled to see like what happens in House of Dragons that lead on into Game of Thrones. So I think it's going to be a really interesting ride. Just like Game of Thrones, we know nothing about the characters. We didn't read the books, nothing. This is all like pure innocence going into this. We also really talked about how watching this, we're going to try our hardest to pay attention more, because realizing how complex Game of Thrones was, we wasn't really ready for that, especially like reacting to it. So we promise you guys we would do better watching this. If you want to see our reactions earlier, don't forget to click the link in our description for a week early access for full-length movie and shows. And let's get right into it.
14 succession claims were heard, but only 2 were truly considered. Princess Rhaenys Targaryen, the king's eldest descendant, and her younger cousin, Prince Viserys Targaryen.
Well, it's obviously going to be the guy, right? Because back in these times, right?
The only thing that could tear down the House of the Dragon was itself.
He ain't lying about that.
I mean, what I found interesting is like for the Targaryens, they reuse names because Viserys.
They definitely.
Viserys. I know I probably said it wrong, but
Yeah.
wasn't that Daenerys' brother?
Yes,
Okay.
it was close to it.
Yeah,
it was very close to it.
Yeah, if
it's
I'm
not the
tripping.
replica.
Yeah. Wait, review that back. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read the whole thing. I'm sorry. It is now the 9th year of the King Viserys I Targaryen's reign, 172 years before the death of the Mad King Aerys and the birth of his daughter Princess Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically where we're watching right now, this is before
all that, way
the
before.
Mad King and all that.
Way before, as clearly we can see, the king now that just got chosen, Viserys. That's he's the first of his name.
And I wonder what it's gonna be like having dragons, knowing like all that power.
It's so common back then. Back now, when the Targaryens ruled, everybody had a dragon, so you saw them all the time.
I like it so far, though.
I love it. I love it. I just wanted some sign of Game of Thrones. I don't care if it was past or in the future.
Try not to look too relieved, sir.
I am relieved. Every time that golden beast brings you back unspoiled, saves my head from a spike.
That's almost large enough to settle too.
I believe I'm quite content as a spectator. Thank you.
I wonder how many of them had a dragon. They said 10.
Yeah, they did.
But, you know, I just want to see for myself.
And they didn't say her name, but I know she a Targaryen because of her hair.
Yeah, 100%. And she was riding a dragon.
I wonder why they have white hair, though. Like, that's so distinctive.
It's just their hair. Okay, so are they besties? Like, cause she didn't.
I know.
It didn't seem like she had nothing to do with the dragon. She was like, yeah, you could have that. So.
Yeah, it looks like that's like her friend or something, or it could be cousin.
Or it could be related.
You will lie in this bed soon enough for an era. This discomfort is how we serve the realm.
I'd rather serve as a knight and ride to battle in glory.
Arya Part 2.
I'm cracking up.
I would urge that you not allow this triarchy much latitude in the stepstones, Your Grace. If those shipping lanes should fall, it will beggar our ports.
The Crown has heard your report, Lord Corlys, and takes it under advisement.
Already in this council meeting, there's so many people with different agendas. You can see it already. And it seems like we're following her. His daughter. Seems like that's who we're following
Well,
in the season, right? So far.
He passed through the Red Keep's gates at first light.
Does my father know he's here?
No.
Good.
right.
What's she doing? She being sneaky already. See? This is where it starts.
Yeah, she already seemed like her idea of things is different.
Eu amuno trezi siko si ajevu. Ergotis berium.
Is this relationship good or bad? Like, cause
I feel like it's good, honestly.
Right. Because, okay, they're related, but it's like the way they was talking to each other. Because is it like Daenerys and Viserys, or is it like a good relationship?
I mean, that's her uncle, but I get what you're saying, though.
I want to fly with you on Dragonback, see the great wonders across the narrow sea, and eat only cake.
I'm being serious.
I never just about cake.
You aren't worried about your position?
I like this position. It's quite comfortable.
I feel like she more worried about her position than her.
Princess Nymeria led her Rhoynar across the narrow sea on 10,000 ships to flee their Valyrian pursuers.
What are you doing?
Do you remember?
If the Scepter sees this book,
Then the scepter.
Oh, wow, that's actually interesting. Because, you know, the Sept is supposed to have records of everything, and her ripping off the page, it's kind of like they lost a piece of information.
She don't care.
Can you say yet what it is?
It's a small cut from sitting the throne. It's nothing.
Yeah, he gonna die.
Right? You see? Yeah, he about to die from some sickness or something.
Might I suggest cauterization?
Cauterization would be a wise course of treatment, Your Grace.
Fine.
Yeah, it seemed like he has like a infection.
Yeah, he seems stressed too. He's stressing me out.
Yeah, because I mean, they don't know what it is, and it's not going away, so.
And he don't know what his child is either. He hope is his son.
You do understand that nothing will cause the babe to grow a cock if it does not already possess one.
Something is telling me they don't want his brother to be the king.
Clearly not.
This is the last time, Viserys.
What, that she's having a kid?
I know it is my duty to provide you an heir. And I'm sorry if I have failed you in that I am.
Yeah, I definitely get where she's coming from. That is sad.
That's true.
You know what's crazy? Because especially like, even though this is like a fantasy world, I think that's also why they used to tell kings that they can have multiple wives. So whoever just have a son first, you know, as compared to waiting on one wife, you know?
I guess, yeah. Because it's more difficult than it seems.
Crime of every breed has been allowed to thrive. Beginning tonight, King's Landing will learn to fear the color gold.
Well, it looks like King's Landing always been going through it.
I mean, it's a city. It's always going to have stuff going on. He seems like a good commander to me. That was an inspiring speech, right?
I mean, I have to see overall. Because the fact that it looks like him and his brother don't even have like an actual good relationship is a little iffy.
Yeah, it do seem like that, yeah. Dang.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, I think I spoke too soon. Because it looked like he just beating people. That's insane.
Yeah, I was about to say it definitely is different.
People stop crime, not just beat everybody up.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. What in the entire... Oh my gosh.
Okay. I mean,
ooh, I don't know why it just seemed more gruesome. I don't know why.
I mean, it's I'm not like it's.
The prince cannot be allowed to act with this kind of unchecked impunity.
Brother?
Damon.
Yeah, bro. He draw.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to carry it out.
Our city should be safe for all its people.
I agree. I just hope you don't have to maim half of my city to achieve this.
Exactly.
Time will tell.
Yeah, because he kind of just went at it at its source, which is kind of crazy.
The criminal element should fear the City Watch.
Thank you for your support, Lord Corliss.
If only the prince would show the same devotion to his lady wife as he does his work, Your Grace.
Okay, now he is just chatting. He's trying to get punched in the face. I've noticed that already. Yeah, they hate each other. Otto Hightower, that's his name.
Any further performances like last night's will be answered.
Understood, Your Grace.
He looks a little crazy, you know?
I feel like based on what I saw, he does things on his terms.
Basically.
He does right things, but he does it how he wants to. Brothels are still here, man. Well, I don't know why I'm saying still. Brothels aren't anything new.
Yeah. I honestly, going into this show, I was wondering were they going to still do like the same things in Game of Thrones. That's why I said the first scene with that was gruesome, the way he was killing them. That was pretty crazy.
And that don't look like his wife.
Oh yeah, of course not.
Even though I don't know how his wife looks. Why would his wife be there?
I mean, clearly he's in a brothel. That's how they showed it.
You are Daemon Targaryen, rider of Caraxes, wielder of dark sister. The king cannot replace you.
Oh, she's trying to be so supportive, even though this is weird.
This is giving Shay.
It's right. It's like weird, but like she's still trying to support him, I guess. Listen, bro, there's nothing he could do. If he has a son, he has a son. Like.
And this great day has been made more auspicious by the news that I am happy to share.
Nah, yeah, she just like Arya, bro. She's literally just like Arya. I don't care what nobody says.
I mean, kind of.
Look how she just came in all late. That's something Arya would literally do. Or more like Arya's like her.
I think she just have a different agenda. Because she know her being a princess, she's never going to be in power. So I think she's going to do something behind, I don't know, her family's back. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Some part of me don't believe her when she says she don't care about her position.
Yeah, I think she does.
I think she definitely does care.
I would humbly ask for the favor of the queen who never was.
That is messed up. That's a messed up name.
Yeah.
The queen who never was. The queen who never was.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could have Baratheon's tongue for that.
Tongues will not change the succession. Let them wag.
He seems like a good king, in my opinion. A reasonable king.
Okay, reasonable. Okay,
not
so far.
Right. Nothing crazy.
Of House Targaryen, Prince of the city will now choose his first opponent.
Okay.
Yeah, he's so extra. Damn, he's so extra.
Yeah.
We know that's him. The prince of the black horse, black
Who's he
armor.
about to choose though? It's going to be someone of significance.
All them sigils. You see that?
Yeah.
See, this is pre-war. You know, this is when everything was cool.
Right, like everybody can come play together and stuff like that.
Oh, Hightower. That's why I looked at him.
Your mom's phone.
Sir Gawain Hightower of Old Town, eldest son of the Hand of the King.
Ah, and he's
yeah, I see what he did.
So Otto Hightower is the. Oh, that was a bet.
Yeah.
So Otto Hightower is the hand of the king. And Daemon just picked his son on purpose. That'd be crazy if he died.
Or like, I don't know, cause like.
Yes, in Game of Thrones, remember the hound, the hound, the mountain killed Sir Hugh in the very beginning. I mean, that's not cheating, right? You can hit the horse, or no? You're supposed to hit the person.
I don't know, but it did not end well.
Yeah, that applause seemed really like
yeah, it was
Oh, right now?
Your Queen is a strong woman. She's fighting with all her might, but it may not be enough.
Oh my gosh, this. Oh yeah. I feel so sad for her. Ooh, my goodness.
Oh, he is a sore loser.
And the day grows ugly.
Honestly, I didn't know they was even allowed to do that.
Excuse me?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why. I feel like they make it so much more intensified.
Right,
in this.
it's the fact that they was really fighting like that to the death. I didn't think it was like gonna be like that. And she's gonna die.
Dang, why you say it like that?
All the signs were there.
No, they're gonna say pick her the baby. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna. He better not. He better not kill his wife.
But that's why they say it's a hard choice. I mean, if I was him, I would just save the wife.
We must either act now or leave it with the gods.
I think he's stupid though, honestly, because I mean,
Hey,
his
let him
wife
choose.
said
Let him choose.
he already said save the child.
He said, "Can we save the child?"
I feel like if I was in that position, I want my husband to pick me.
You should. Any sensible person would pick the
But
wife.
I think the only
you can make another child
Right.
even if she doesn't.
But
you know
think
what I'm
about
saying?
what she
Like,
said though. She said that she didn't want to go through it again.
Listen, I
And
understand that,
I
but I
get
would
it.
rather talk with my wife than her die.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh no, that was the other one that beat the two Baratheons.
I feel like they make this so much more cinematic. If you get what I'm saying.
Of course.
Like right when we was watching Game of Thrones, it was not like this. It's like I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, they got more money now. They do.
I love you.
Ain't no way.
No, it's all right.
See?
I said that he's picking. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, they're going to bring the babe out.
How are they?
It's all right.
Please. No, I'm scared. Nothing.
Nah, see?
Yeah, I don't like this.
See?
Yeah, I don't like this.
He's too worried about having a son. He don't want his brother to be it, so he's killing his own wife.
No. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No. Mm-mm.
Don't be scared.
Oh my gosh. Oh shoot, he just died.
He just got knocked off by this non-highborn guy.
I don't like this. I really don't. Oh
Yo.
my gosh. I do not like this at all.
What's her name? Rhaenyra is gonna be pissed because she said she said who does she care about? She said who does she care about? She said she cares about her mom, right? And then look what Viserys is doing.
Oh my gosh. That is so painful. Like how I don't even know how he can sit there and be there when his wife is literally bleeding out. Oh my god.
And he's about to die.
Yield.
Oh, he yielded. Oh my gosh. This is so sad. I can't believe it. I really can't. Like, he sat there and watched his wife die.
If it's not a boy.
That is ridiculous.
If it's not a boy, bro.
He just sat there and watched his wife bleed out to death. That's ridiculous.
I was hoping to ask for the princess's favor.
Oh, he's from Dorne.
And Daemon about to slice his throat off.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's a boy. A new heir, Your Grace.
Never.
At this point, I don't even care.
Never. Like, that is like
I don't even care.
That is like so sad to me.
Bale.
Balon Targaryen, that's his name.
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
I can't get over it.
Yeah, that's insane.
I really can't. And she died so painfully too. Like,
What?
Was that the baby?
Was that the baby? They never said the baby died. He said it's a boy.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. They didn't. All they said is that it was a boy and that was it. Oh, okay, I see. Complications even after the baby came out.
There's no way.
So he did all that for nothing.
All that for nothing.
Dracarys.
That was the same one as Daenerys, right?
I think that's just for every dragon. I don't know.
Listen.
First off, that decision to kill your wife, and then like,
it was selfishness.
I don't even know what to say.
I get that he doesn't want his brother to be, but like,
If Daemon were to remain the uncontested heir, it could destabilize the realm.
The realm? Or this council?
No one here can know what Daemon would do were he king, but no one can doubt his ambition.
I feel like Otto Hightower. I feel like he doesn't want him to be the king.
What are you saying? My brother would murder me, take my crown. Are you? Please.
Ah, you right there. Wait, that's crazy. It's funny because he's supposed to be there.
The gods have yet to make a man who lacks the patience for absolute power, Your Grace. Under such circumstances, it would not be an aberration.
You see, yo.
No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
That is only by tradition and precedence, Lord
If order and stability so concerns this council, then perhaps we shouldn't break 100 years of it by naming a girl heir.
See, and it's y'all problem. This why y'all be having trouble now.
yeah, because y'all don't want to pick him and then y'all want to pick a girl.
You announced your support for Daemon!
If we cannot agree on an heir, then how can we
My
expect a
wife and
ransom?
son are dead!
I mean, you kind of killed him. But I was going to let him yell.
Okay, that's true, but like still, like all that just happened, he's not in the mindset of choosing who's successor, so I get it. He needs time to grieve before all that. And I think he made a good point too. He's not about to sit here and make an argument between his brother and his daughter being the heir. Like, he's going through a lot right now. Despite I didn't like his decision, he is going through a lot. And yeah. Where's his hand at?
Him.
Send a raven to Old Town. Straight away.
Like, he's sending messages. Like, I don't know if I trust this Otto guy.
I don't think is that
I
we
thought
can't
you might go
trust
to him.
him.
Offer him comfort.
In his chambers.
Whoa, okay. I think I spoke
You
too
spoke
soon.
way too soon.
Yeah, because I'm
Way
not like,
too soon.
Stop that. He'll be glad of a visitor.
it seemed like he's trying to get
What's
himself in
he
power.
mean?
It's like he's trying to get his own bloodline in power. He's basically telling his daughter, yeah.
My man said.
He's basically telling his daughter to go have sex with him.
My man said, and is that, yeah, right, is that his daughter?
That is his daughter. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I know, I spoke too soon saying, like, I don't know, we can't trust him, but after what he just said, now it's like,
yeah,
ridiculous.
Bro, I'm not messing with you.
What's going on?
Bro, my man Damon got one thing on his mind. That's why he always in places like this. That's all he care
What?
about is sitting on the. All he care about is the throne. He want to be on the throne.
I don't know. Because he don't really come off like, oh, I want to be on the Iron Throne. He don't come off like that.
I don't know. Maybe it's all settling in or something. But he's definitely worried about it.
The gods give just as the gods take away.
He toasted Prince Balon,
To the king's son.
styling him the heir for a day.
Oh, wow.
That is pretty disrespectful. I'm not
Did
gonna
he
lie.
really say that, though?
I really hope he didn't say that, because we didn't see him say that. And you know Otto don't even like him.
Right.
I don't know.
You cut the image of the conqueror, brother.
That Iron Throne looks better, by the way. You see the swords?
Otto Hightower is a more honorable man than you could ever be.
He doesn't protect you. I would.
From what?
Yourself. You're weak, Viserys.
Now that cut down, that's deep. Wait, let him cook.
And that council of leeches knows it. They all prey on you for their own ends.
You are to return to Runestone and your lady wife at once. And you are to do so without quarrel. By order of your king.
Dang. And who did he name the heir?
Okay, alright. Is it getting hot in here or is it just me? Alright. No, he was cooking though. Damon was cooking for a second. He said,
What the?
Oh, what's going on?
That's how last time he got, I think, that infection,
Hey,
remember?
he is cutting himself on his chair. He wasn't lying. But boom, right? Oh, that's the dragon skull from Game of Thrones. Dang, that dragon must be old then. All right, so I was gonna say Damon. He was cooking when he said Viserys' council is trying to prey on him like he's weak. You know?
I mean, they are.
I feel like they are. I've seen it
that doesn't
already.
excuse what he said.
It doesn't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he was trying to make sense of him. Like, why didn't you put me? You know, like maybe you should trust me a little bit more.
The idea that we control the dragons is an illusion. Targaryen must understand this to be king. Or queen.
I see what they doing. I see.
I'm sorry, Rhaenyra. I have wasted the years since you were born, wanting for a son.
Some part of me thinks she do care.
She do care.
She wanted.
But I think just like his brother, I feel like when you're like second born, or if you're a girl and it's like you automatically know you'll never have the position. You kind of just let it be.
She's not gonna be it, by the way. Cause who was the first queen? Right, it was gonna be Daenerys, right? Or no, Cersei of the Iron Throne.
Targaryen, I think.
Aegon saw absolute darkness riding on those winds, and whatever dwells within will destroy the world of the living. When this great winter comes, Rhaenyra, all of Westeros must stand against it.
I mean, like, I don't like. Are they talking about the winter that we saw? Because this is so long ago. So are they talking about the winter we saw, or another winter?
No, I think it's the same winter.
Princess of Dragonstone, and heir to the Iron Throne.
So you know what's crazy? I think you're right. She doesn't become queen.
I don't think she does.
We know she don't, because Daenerys was going to be the first queen.
What I'm saying.
So whatever happens in this,
right? I don't think she becomes
something bad happens. Clearly, sadly, you know.
Right, or it could be sadly, right, or she just don't accept it.
Oh, you heard it. Oh, so okay.
Okay.
Definitely different in the sense of like
it's definitely interesting.
It's a lot of things. Like I said at first I said this seems more cinematic compared to the first like Game of Thrones.
Well, it's newer.
I know, but it's still a difference. Also, I feel like going into this, all the information we were getting all tied back into each other.
What you mean by that?
We're like the first episode of Game of Thrones seems so much more over the place.
Really?
Yeah. In my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Hmm.
And I feel like because we already watched Game of Thrones and then hearing all of this, it's like some of the stuff is like we're already aware of.
Okay. I think what you're saying is now that we've watched Game of Thrones, like we said in the beginning, it is easier to catch everything. Because I feel like we know a lot that just happened in the first episode already. So I see it's more understandable. It's more understandable. But like
I think it helps us foreshadow.
You said
what's going to happen because we know.
Said what?
I said it's going to help us foreshadow what's going to happen. Everything that's happening now, we know is going to play a role in what happens in Game of Thrones. And I'm going to just say this. Like, I feel like Targaryens are supposed to be rulers. They are supposed to be on the Iron Throne. Because we've seen how...
Well, it says history.
Well, history-wise, Targaryens are supposed to be on the throne. Also, we can tell that his daughter never became queen. Because in Game of Thrones, we knew that there was never a queen that sat on the Iron Throne that was a Targaryen, at least. Mm-hmm. So...
And because of the dragons.
Yeah, so with that being said, to me, I know this seems like I'm jumping so much into the future, but it's giving off that the brother comes and destroys something. Like, he does something.
Most of them had dragons, and it's like they have so much power, so I feel like, I don't think they would do something that rash. Like, oh, bring my dragon, just burn them. Like,
no, I just think,
they would do that.
Something about him sending his brother away is going to create conflict.
It already created the conflict, but I don't know. I mean, the way he was going away, they didn't really put much screen on him for me to be like, oh, he's going to do something devious. To me, it seems like he was just going, he was like, you know what, fine, I'm going to go away.
No.
But right now, I can't really say it's a guarantee, like, oh yeah, he's definitely going to come back and do something terrible.
I do.
Like, I don't know.
Just like what Euron did in Game of Thrones.
When did we see Euron?
We saw him all the way in, like, literally, I think it was
I don't think we ever seen, right, I think we never seen him until season 7.
I know, but I'm saying the fact that I feel like, so the first episode was called The Heirs of the Dragon. I feel like it's giving off, like, it was between two people to become the heir, and he wasn't picked. He's still going to feel a type of way about it, which could lead to something further on. I don't think the king is going to die that easy, though. Like, I think he's going to last.
He might last. The series might last a little while.
I think he's going to last pretty long.
Even though I think he's sick or something, because the scratch, or it could be from his. Listen, it sounded like an excuse when he was like, "No, that's just my chair scratching me," but I think his chair did scratch him that one time. But maybe that's just to trick us and make it seem like he's not sick.
I mean, you know, bacteria could be on things, and
that's what I'm saying.
And, you know, they don't have the best.
That's what I'm saying. He could die of sickness, y'all. Just like that.
No, I just don't see him dying, because if he died, that means his daughter becomes queen. And I just feel like his daughter can't become queen because it doesn't match up with Game of Thrones storyline of a Targaryen being queen.
I know. We're looking into the future a lot because we know about Game of Thrones. But right, it's hard not to. Pretty sure y'all understand. But like Sophie said, right, it's hard to see her being queen because of what we saw in Game of Thrones. And like you said, it's gonna be easier to foreshadow things. That's why it was easier to understand. And the characters we were introduced to, like Otto Hightower and his daughter and stuff like that, I feel like that we saw everybody's relationship a little bit more quicker, like especially what Daemon said to Viserys about the council. We saw all their relationship very quickly. Speaking of like foreshadowing, because like I feel like something's gonna happen with that council, something with Otto Hightower, something like that, because like. He's seeing, like, I feel like the part of me is why I said I don't think Damon's going to do something bad. Because he's seemed reasonable, too. Even though the way he handled those people in the city, his reasoning made sense. He was like, well, do y'all want them to fear us or not? He wasn't just like, oh, yeah, forget them. Like, I kill random people. Like, no, he said he killed murderers, rapists, and thieves.
Right.
That's who he was killing. And it was like, yeah, he killed them crazy, I'm not gonna lie, and punished them too. But like, I mean, he had a reason to. So that makes me feel like maybe Viserys should have heard him out a little bit, you know, and maybe watch his back with the council. Because Viserys do seem a little weak. I don't want to say it, but he do seem weak.
I mean, I feel like...
You need to be stern.
No, that's true, but I feel like
what
what Daemon said about like him being his brother, and I feel like that's usually what creates the overall tension too. Like when you have a sibling being in power and they kind of just throw you to the side. kind of how Stannis felt about his brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though they became like their own lord or whatever, it's still the overall fact. Like, okay, it's like, okay, we get it, big bro. Like, you're the king, but dang, like that don't mean like put us in the back. Like, don't make it seem like our opinion doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in that sense, you can see that sibling tension and how that causes issues. Now, one thing I was going to mention is the names. Like, the names are so familiar. Like, Rickon Stark. Like, we already know Rickon. Like, I don't know. It was just really interesting. Like
they just
recycle
them.
Yeah.
Because so we know, like, in families. So, boom. I remember from the histories and lore stuff. Brandon the Builder from the Starks. And then what do they name one of their sons? Brandon Stark. That becomes a word.
Know.
They recycle names so much in the whole, you know,
Game of Thrones world, House of Dragon
world, Game of Thrones world. So like, there's gonna be some repeated things, even with different families.
But that's what I'm saying. I would just say like that might confuse me a little because if I'm not tripping, wasn't Daenerys brother Viserys?
I don't think it's gonna be as confusing though, because it's so in the past. I don't think it's gonna be that confusing. It's actually gonna help us, like you said.
Well,
understand
we will refer to him as King Viserys, and the other one is like Viserys' brother. I mean, Daenerys' brother.
We won't ever have to mention them, only when we compare. But that's what I'm trying to say. But I get what you're saying.
Still,
that name's definitely
like even like the it was the same families that had like they were what's that word allies. Like they mentioned the Dorns, all that. So it's keeping everything in the books, like in the sense of like what we knew already from Game of Thrones. So. It is really it is definitely interesting. I will say that. I just wonder how crazy it's gonna get.
It built it up. It built up the tension, just like in most first episodes.
I feel like in Game of Thrones, it was so much more going on though in their first episode.
It built up the tension there because it was with the it built up tension within people of an action happening. Brandon getting pushed off, but this one.
His wife dying.
Right. It built
he
up
killed his wife, but still, that's ridiculous.
And that he did, yeah, that was insane. The fact that Viserys chose the son and he still died. But see how it's different, right? It's a little different, like y'all said. And it's starting it off instead of a different action is more like saddening and not more like shock. Well, it kind of was shocking, but it's not that shocking because remember it was showing us clues of him wanting a son. So I'm not gonna say shocking, more like sad that he chose that. More like wow, like that's really sad.
It was crazy that the son died. I didn't see that happening.
That
also
was
too.
Yeah,
so.
True. I guess you're right. I thought he was gonna at least live or something.
I think this is a little bit more subtle, if you get what I'm saying. So far,
it's the first episode of this is more subtle. But the tension that we saw in Game of Thrones is still there. 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely still there. With all the characters still there. Still built the story well for us in the beginning. Understood everything. I don't really think there's much for me to talk about because everything was very clear. I think I got everything out in the episode.
For me.
Yeah, and everything out right now. Yeah.
We're definitely going to enjoy this ride. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.
Perfect.